morning. It's Monday. That means it's time for another episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. Let's go see what's going on this week. Things that I found interesting, things that I didn't find interesting, the news, things that are cool, not cool. It's me, so it's going to be awkward. Either way, stay tuned. Here it comes. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. I am Emily Doll, your hostess with the mostest. So like I said in my last episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll, we're going to be doing some adjustments here on the show. I definitely think that I can be doing a lot of different things, things that are a little more interesting, and as well as tie in my personal life and struggles that I'm going through and share them with you in hopes that it helps you guys become better people, or at least happier people, right? Right. Let's get to it. So this week, we are going to be talking about some topics that stood out to me, things that I think are interesting and I'd like to talk about. Kind of like this morning. I woke up this morning and I am going through Facebook and I decided to click on the Marketplace app on Facebook. Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea. Two of the main things that I found on there that are being sold are underwear of many different styles, colors, smells, and stains. Yes. As well as used makeup. Lots of used makeup. It's like these girls are completely unaware of the germ factor. Like, do you know how much bacteria is brewing in that? Like, as soon as you touch it? Like, you can't just go passing that stuff around. That's not how that works. But it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing on the Facebook Marketplace, and it blows my mind. Like, are women actually buying this? Are people buying this? Like, I have nothing against selling things cheap and used and, like, a place for people to get things that they need at a more affordable price, and sometimes new just isn't effective for you, right? It doesn't work. But seriously, used underwear? For $3? I can go to the dollar store and get a pair for $1, and it hasn't been on anybody's asshole. Think about it. I swear, things that happen in today's world, it's like watching an apocalyptic movie where you go into a marketplace and there's like all this weird stuff, and you're going, oh my god, could you imagine if that was real? Well, wake up people, it's happening, and Facebook is the one that's putting it all out there, and it's insane. It's nuts. I'm sorry, I lost myself there for a minute. Alright, so it's hot, right? It's like 1,000,000 degrees out here in Texas. That's something that I'm trying to get used to. Humid weather. Every time I step outside, yes, it's hot. Oklahoma was hot. But when I walk out into Texas, it's like somebody is not only blowing an oven in my face, but also spraying me with somebody else's sweat. That's how it feels. It's disgusting. It's horrible. Like, it's an awful, awful thing. And I've been struggling with it. I've been doing different. I want to, like, wear jeans, and inside it's really cold, but then as soon as I go outside, I'm regretting my outfit choice. One thing that I nixed immediately was the bra. Definitely. That's been gone. But I've also been putting on some weight, so a lot of stuff doesn't fit properly, and that could be the problem. Who knows? I don't know. Donuts and tacos are delicious. We all know that's true. I'm not the only one that's rocking the no bra look. There's been a lot of female celebrities caught doing the same thing, and this kind of stood out to me because of the reactions that were being brought on by these wardrobe choices. I've noticed that it's always, there's a little girl by the name of Bella Thorne, and I only know of her because my niece used to watch her show on Disney Channel when she was just a wee little pup, a wee little fresh baby into the industry, and now, you know, she's off Disney, she's clearly an adult, and she uses style to express herself vividly. Like, this girl wears crazy outfits, lots of mesh, lots of see-through, and she's not a fan of the bras. She's been caught several times recently by paparazzi where she's wearing mesh tops and nothing underneath, and they have to blur it out because it's all nipple. It's all nipple from Bella Thorne. And I think it's funny because it's really not that shocking in the scope of things when you see things every day on Facebook where somebody's getting their head cut off, or somebody's torturing an animal, or a nipple's not that shocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, why that's crazy that this little girl is deciding to express herself by wearing a top that shows off some nip isn't that big of a deal. But I mean, that was a story. That was like crazy. I kind of feel like every little girl that escapes the Disney Channel, though, they all have the same outcome. It's like, I feel like Disney is super maybe oppressive towards girls' sexuality. They're like, you can't do that until you're off of our contract. Everything's gone and done. I feel like when they get out of Disney, it's like, bam, like the light bulb goes on and they're expressing themselves. At times, probably too much, but I just threw my pencil. Shit. Anyways, but who are we to say, right? Who are we to say that she's crazy and that she has no right to dress that way? It's too much. It's too crazy. I don't know. She's not the only one, though. I saw a picture of one of the Kardashian sisters, the small one. I think she's the oldest, the middle? I'm not sure. It's the tiny one, really mouthy. She's married to the guy that's really extremely mouthy, who kind of really is the only person that has any type of talent and character, in my opinion, because he's sassy as hell. But I saw a picture of her, and she's walking, and she looks great. Really just kind of natural. Like, she just looked like a mom walking down the street, and she's in this tight yellow tank dress, and she's got one of her little kids by the hand, and she's smiling, and she's just walking. And instead of them saying how confident she looked or how beautiful she looked, or like, immediately they're like, here she is, obviously not wearing a bra. What? Why is that something you have to point out? Why immediately do you have to point out that you can see that she's not wearing a bra? Like, we all see it. She's pointing at all of us, dude. We know. We just all were more polite to, I don't know, pay attention to things like the fact that her kid is so freaking adorable. We didn't notice that she didn't, that's a lie. We all saw that she didn't have a bra on. Why does it have to be pointed out, right? Why does it have to be, that's not like, oh, here's John and he's got a 4-point something score average on his football, blah, blah, blah. Oh, also, his dick is huge in those pants. Like, that's not a thing. Nobody says that. So why do you have to go out of your way to point out that a girl doesn't have a bra on? Like, it's just rude and unnecessary, in my opinion. I wear a bra when I have to or when I want to, but I don't always wear a bra. And when I go to the store, it's freaking cold in the milk aisle. And you can tell I don't have a bra on. That doesn't mean you have to say, hey, you want me to say something inappropriate to you, don't you? I don't think I do. No, definitely not. It's not a thing. It's definitely not a thing. And then the last one that stood out to me was probably Selena Gomez. I'm a fan of Selena Gomez. I like a lot of different types of music. I like her music. It's really not as bad as some of it's that out there. I'm a Selena Gomez fan. I think she's adorable. I think that she's honest and real with herself. I love how she just embraces her body. No matter what it looks like. Sometimes she's this size, sometimes she's that size. Either way, she doesn't care. She's just herself, and she promotes happiness and being healthy. But she recently was caught out, and it was on one of those shows, I think it was TMZ, and I'm watching, and she looks great, and she's out with The Weeknd, who I guess she's dating now, whatever. But when they took a picture of her, her dress was completely see-through. It was a black sheer see-through dress. It was completely see-through. And you could see that she had on a black thong. So she had prepared, you know, she's wearing black, she puts on a black underwear, but she had no bra on. And when the flash went off, you could see that she had no bra on. And, like, that was a big deal. Like, they made it into a big deal. And then it was a debate. It was like, did she mean to do it? Was it an accident? Should we feel sorry for her? Should we give her, you know, the nudge? Like, we see what you did there. Like, why does it matter? How is that a topic? Like, why is that up for a debate or a discussion? Like, she put on a dress. It was see-through. You saw some boobs. Move on with your life. It's always going to be a topic that I don't get. I think that it's kind of ridiculous that everybody makes a big deal out of these women who are celebrities, who are talented women, and that's what they're in the tabloids for, is because they did or did not choose to wear a bra, or you could or could not see somebody's nipples in the outfit that they chose. I don't know. That stood out to me this week. I thought it was kind of ridiculous. I thought it was kind of unfair that these female celebrities are being put in a spotlight over something that's like the Kardashian girl. Like, she couldn't help it. She was cold. Her nipples were hard. They were at attention. That's what your body does. And for the tabloids to be like, hey, let's point this out. It's kind of ridiculous to me. Like 100% ridiculous to me. So that kind of goes into our next story. I don't know if any of you are a Britney fan. I mean, it's Britney Spears. She's amazing. It's Britney, bitch. But Britney Spears is definitely back at it. She's doing a lot of new things, which I'm really proud of her. More power to her. I think that she's been through a lot. I mean, out of everybody in the scope of things, out of everybody that came out in that decade, all the stuff that she's gone through depression and her relationships being put out there, all of her business being put out there, then, her little sister going through what she went through, and I mean, it's just been like one thing after the next for Britney Spears, and she pretty much keeps it real most of the time. She's definitely not afraid to say, hey, I'm a real person, I make mistakes, I do this, I do that. So I've always been a Britney fan. I can't help it. That was the first CD I got when I was allowed to listen to worldly music, and I was super excited about it. I had a Britney Spears Barbie doll. Britney Spears is the bomb. Like, you can't deny she's the pop queen. You can't. She is. But I did read an article that grabbed my attention because Britney Spears, I don't know if any of you know, I didn't know until I read this, but she's on tour again, and she has a new, what is it called? Fuck. I'm a Britney Spears fan for sure. She's gone through a lot. She's gone through depression and her business being put out there, and she's gone through meltdowns, and she's gone through comebacks, and she's gone through being called too fat and washed up and everything during her performances, but she is back at it. She's doing a new show called Piece of Me, and with the money that she is earning from ticket sales, she donated $1 million to, it is the NCCF, it's the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation. She donated $1 million to this cancer research foundation for children for a new wing to be built to help that many more, mainly children, but also adults. They work in a lot of different things. You can look it up and learn more about it. But the fact of the matter is that Britney Spears, that was one of the first things that she decided to do with her earnings. Was she wasn't like, oh, I have a new show, I just made all this money. It was, I'm going to donate to the NCCF, and I'm going to help them expand what they're doing to help more children and to help more people, because Britney Spears has lost people to cancer in her family, so it's something that she's been personally affected by. But I thought that it was awesome for somebody with her platform, and that's why I'm talking about this. I know a lot of you are like, why are you talking about this on your show? You don't ever talk about this. But I think that there's a lot of valuable points in what celebrities put out there, and a lot of things that we can really think on that nobody touches base on. And I thought that this was a really good one because Britney Spears is an iconic person in her field, in the industry. And for her to go out of her way to take her money and her status and to put it into something and then not really even make a big deal out of it. Like, you could tell that she wasn't posting this everywhere. It was just something that she wanted to do. She's passionate about. She wanted to help. She knew she could. She wanted to. And that's what's amazing about it. The thing that got me is that when I first opened this, it was on a site, I'm not going to say what site it was on, but I had opened the article because it was just a picture. I accidentally opened the article because it was talking about her gym outfit. Like, that's what the article was talking about. Like, in the caption on the link was Britney Spears caught working out in, see what she was wearing. I accidentally clicked on it trying to scroll, and it opened up, and that's when I actually got to read the part of the story that mattered, right? So, in the beginning, they talk about Britney Spears was seen wearing, but why does that matter? This woman, through all of her hard work and her dedication, took her hard-earned money and donated it to change other people's lives, and you guys want to talk about what she's wearing? Like, that's all. What? Out of everything, it's so funny how women can be seen in one box. It's like, well, naturally she's working out. Let's talk about her body. Let's talk about what she's wearing, because that's most important. And then after, we'll talk about the fact that she donated $1 million to help children with cancer. That's all that matters, and she should be applauded for that and commended for that. And I think that that's a badass thing to do. And I think that's, you know, why I'm doing my helping hand of the week, where you guys can send me. Well, I'm setting it up so you guys can send me links to things like GoFundMe's and when people just need help and charities and things like that. And that's why I started that with my 2 shows, or my last show. I did it with a baby girl who needed some help. But I think that that's amazing. I think that it's amazing that somebody with her status still, I mean, she's not just like, I'm so famous, I'm always going to have money, I'm always going to be famous, I'm always going to have what I need. And it wasn't just stack that on the pile. It was, let me take this money that I've earned and donate it to help other people who can't do what they need to do to help themselves, but I can't. So let me do it. And I thought that was amazing. And I wanted to give Britney Spears some recognition for that, because she didn't put it out there. She wasn't boasting or bragging about it. She was just, it was something she wanted to help with, and she knew that she financially could, and she did. And I think that that's important for all of us. I think that it's important for us to do those things that we can't. Not all of us are rich. Not all of us have a lot of money. I know I don't. You know, me and my boyfriend both said, man, we wish we had that kind of money to where we could change lives like that. And if you think about it, you do, in a sense. If you think about it, you totally 100% do, because it's not just financial help that some people need. Some people, there's people out there that, like older people, who just want somebody to talk to, that you could just take your time and donate your time and sit with them, or help a single mom who could use 20 minutes of a nap time, or, you know, just be there for somebody. When you're walking down the street and you see somebody drop something and their hands are full, you help them pick it up. When you open the door for people, you know, it's just kindness. And her act of kindness was a large one, and it's amazing, and it's going to help so many babies and families in need that are suffering with the nightmare of cancer. So I thought that was pretty amazing, and I wanted to share that with you guys, because it doesn't always take $1 million to change lives. And we need to remember that we need to take instances like this and allow them to inspire us to do what we can to help others, because even little things can have huge impact in people's lives. And that's kind of the stuff we need to focus on. So, I mean, that's kind of like a big lesson, I think. The next thing on our list of crazy weekly things that I found was, believe it or not, brace yourself, this is amazing, vagina swatching. Let that sink in. Vagina swatching. You may be asking yourself, Emily, what is vagina swatching? Well, let me tell you. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. You have to do it. It's badass. It's great. It's really not. It's not that awesome. So, vagina swatching is when so if women in general know that there is this kind of weird rule that you, depending on what color your areola on your nipple is, right back to nipples, it's like, apparently this is my theme for this show. The areola around your nipple is your perfect shade of lipstick. If you match a lipstick to the areola around your boob, then you will have your most perfect shade of lipstick ever. Well, apparently now you can do it with your vagina, right? So get down there, see what color your pussy lips are, and basically go out and find that shade of lipstick that matches them. Perfect shade of pink. So many women did this. I read so many different stories of how they went about looking at their vagina, how they swatched on their leg to make sure it was the same color as their vagina, but they ultimately all had the same result. Every color of lipstick that they put on, that they matched to the color of their vagina, was a flattering shade of pink on them. I know what I'm doing later. I might need a smaller mirror. I don't think getting up on the counter is safe. What if my boyfriend walked in? Oh my god. Where you're like standing up on the counter and you're like trying to look at your vagina. You're like spread eagle in front of the mirror and you're just like swatching lipsticks, and he walks in and he's like, "What are you doing? Can I help?" Yes. So I thought that was a fun story I read. I had to share that with you guys. It blew my mind. It was absolutely crazy. But this time of the show is where I go out with a bang. I'm just kidding. I think this is the most important part of the show. I really do, because it's our helping hands section. Recently, what I've decided to do is I've decided to start picking somebody in need who, you know, we don't all always think that we're going to be in a spot where we need to ask for help, but sometimes we have to. And I don't think anybody should be made to feel bad over that, and I don't think anybody should be mocked or made fun of or feel bad for it. And sometimes as a parent or as a person in general, you have a hard time reaching out to people, but we are all humans and we all should support each other and we all should be there for each other. So I do want to use my platform to share stories and things of people when they do need some help. And I'm hoping that we can all stand together and reach out and give them the support they need, whether it be financial help, supportive help, sometimes just a ride back and forth to work is all somebody needs. But this week, our helping hands is going out to my dear friend Misty. She is a photographer from Oklahoma. She's a single mom. She's an amazing little girl who is just full of sass. She's just like her mom. But those two constantly are fighting life to get, you know, ahead of the race. And Misty has come up against yet another hardship. And it doesn't matter how hard this girl fights, she seems to always get knocked down, but it definitely doesn't stop her from getting back up again. So Misty is suffering with, beyond everything else, Misty is suffering with a liver disease that there is no cure for. But that doesn't stop her. That doesn't stop this woman from getting a job, working to find a place for her and her daughter to live if they need it, or if they need food on the table, she's working to get it. But one thing that this liver disease does do is it eats away at Misty's teeth. And I don't know about you guys, but dental in this country is a nightmare. A simple cap can be $1,000, you know, and even constantly hardworking families with a mom and a dad, whether you have good insurance or not, it can be really taxing. And Misty is out there looking for another job, but she is asking that we help her get the funds together so she can get her teeth fixed and she can get back out there and easily get a job to take care of her and her daughter. She's a hard worker. She's not afraid to work. She's not afraid to bust that ass to make what she needs. But she does need some help when it comes to this area, and I think that we are all more than capable of donating $1 to her cause. It's a reasonable cause. It's a cause that's going to change her and her daughter's life, and I think that if we can reach out and help, we definitely need to do so. I'm going to post their GoFundMe link below. Hopefully you guys can reach out and give anything that can help, whether it be funds. If you're a dentist or you're somebody nearby that follows my channel that would like to offer assistance, you can contact them through the GoFundMe page. But Misty, you know that we love you and we're rooting for you, and we're going to be doing everything that we can to help you. Monday Coffee with the Doll has your back, girlfriend. We are here to help you with our hands and our energy and our bright shiny faces. But that is it for Monday Coffee with the Doll. I hope you guys were entertained by my shenanigans, my opinions on things like no bras and nipples out to get ya. My name is Emily Doll. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's a little button right there. If you subscribe, you get to see my videos a day before anybody else does. This week on Daily Dose of Doll on Wednesday, we are going to be continuing our talk about no bras. We're going to be talking about bras. To wear them or not to wear them? That is the question. I'm going to be debunking all of it, whether you need to wear a bra, you don't wear a bra, whether it matters, and why people say you're trashy if you leave the house without a bra. That's not cool, bro. But I'm Emily Dahl, and until then, remember that Monday is the start to a new week, to new possibilities, and you are in control of all of them. And when you get down, remember that I am rooting for you, I love you, and anything is possible if you just believe. But I'm out.